Hi, good afternoon, everyone. And I want to thank you today for tuning in to News Guide 24. And this evening, we will be speaking with someone that will be providing some information to us in respect to an event that will be happening pretty soon in Guyana. First of all, I want to thank all of you for tuning in and for being a part of this live. If you're here right now, wherever you're watching from, if it's on YouTube, on Facebook, which is the News Guyana 24 page, or on my personal page, or also on my guest page that I will be speaking to, you can go ahead and share that live. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we will get started. We will also bring our guests online, and so that we can have this conversation and you guys will be have an opportunity to see what we have in store for you this evening. So stay tuned and we will be right back. Please continue to share that live, like I said. And if you have any questions or so. You can also leave your comments. We will try to go to the comments and see how far we can go with that. So, with no further ado, I am not going to leave this screen. I'm going to bring up a picture of my guest that will pop up here pretty soon. So, let me see if I can bring that picture up again. There we go. So, this is my guest. Beautiful young lady, originally from Victoria Village, the village that was the first village that was bought by the ex-slaves. So you might be wondering, who is this individual? So let me just go into a little bit of an introduction, and this will tell you exactly who this individual is. 100% Guyanese by heart. Okay. So this individual that you see on screen, her name is Roxanne Hermanstyne-Johnson, and she's the founder and CEO of the Blueprint Foundation, Inc. This is a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization based in the United States and also dedicated to breaking healthcare and educational barriers across Guyana and beyond. So, as we go on, you will learn a little bit more about her. Now, born to parents from Victoria Village, Guyana. Yeah, I'm from Victoria. If you're watching from Victoria, all my Victorians, good night. Guyana, as a matter of fact, Roxanne's strong cultural roots inspire her mission of medicate and educate. Under her leadership, the foundation has launched transformative initiatives such as annual East Coast 5K run and wellness fair, and that is what we will be talking about today. The upcoming 2025 multi-clinic medical mission and programs including computer labs for schools, scholarships, and CPR training for healthcare workers. Recognized as a 2025 Women's History Magazine honoree and winner of the She Was an Inspiration, I hope she's an inspiration today to most of you, contest. Roxanne is celebrated for her visionary leadership. Alongside her nonprofit work, she's pursuing a master's in business administration and analyst with a concentration in project management while serving as an N9 management assistant and common ombudsman with the US Navy in South Korea, embodying her commitment in service, empowerment, and cross-cultural leadership. So there you go. That's a little bit of what this individual is all about, a little bit bio, and so we can give you a little introduction into what she's about. And as we speak with her, we'll get to find out more about Roxanne. And yes, and so let's take it from there. So, with no further ado, I'm sure Roxanne is listening to me, and I will bring her up on screen, and so that we can go ahead with this interview. So, here we go, and I just need to find her in my studio, and I'll bring her up right now. Here we go. Hello, Roxanne. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. I want to thank you for doing this interview here with me today to talk about some of the activities and also the event that is coming up in less than a couple of weeks. I know it's a little
Yeah.
bit early,
Um,
but times do fly.
yes.
So let's have this conversation. I must say to the viewers and those who are listening, I remember Roxanne from years ago when we were kids.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask for her age because that's not a good thing for a man to do. But I can't
At
remember.
least you know.
But I know I'm older than her. Okay, and we were kids, going to church, going to Sunday school, and so forth. And when she reached out to me, I was like, Roxanne, Roxanne, I just couldn't put a face to this
To the name.
individual, but now I can put a face to this individual, and it's a great way for us to connect and also unite as well, as Victorians. So, with no further ado, I would allow you to introduce yourself to our guest today. As a matter of fact, to our audience, yes.
I was like, yeah, you introduced me already. I felt like you summed it all up. But hi, guys. My
Go
name
ahead.
is Roxanne Hermanstyne-Johnson, and I am the founder of the Blueprint Foundation Incorporated. So it's a registered 501c3 in the United States, and our objective or goals is breaking medical and educational barriers in rural areas of Guyana. Now, we just recently added the social factor of it because we're implementing and started our annual East Coast 5K in 2023. So this is going to be our third year actually. Third year, 2022. So we started in 2022. So this will be our third year. And we're just excited to be home, to be able to give back and make changes in the areas that we can.
All right, great. So before we go into all of that, all those fancy things that will be happening, let's talk about you. Tell us a little bit about Roxanne. I know I did go through a little bit of the bio there, but let's hear it
Yeah.
from you. Tell us about you. What are you into these days?
So I'm currently in South Korea. That's first things first. So South Korea is home
Yeah.
for the next
So
couple of years.
yes. And what time is
Due
it
to
there
my
right now?
how many years? It just became a year literally.
Okay.
In
And what
September.
time is it right now in South Korea?
Oh, right now it is 8:29 a.m. So I
Wow.
am now starting my day.
Just woke up.
Um, Different culture, definitely an experience that I'm enjoying. So I must say that's one thing. So I'm living overseas. First time living overseas besides leaving Guyana and moving to the United States. Like this is my first time like coming and staying in a whole new country with a new culture, different language, and everything else to go with it. What else? I'm currently in school, uh, pursuing my master's in project management, as you
Yes.
mentioned, and I'm married to a sailor. Um, and I think that's about it. Like I play my flute and piccolo, like downtime when I'm not planning things for the mission trip. I'm actually like playing my flute and piccolo, which I enjoy doing. I just recently started back getting into, and I just had a recital here in Korea with the Koreans. I was the only American on the on the band, but I had a good time. It was an interesting experience, and when I'm not doing this, I'm traveling. I'm just on a flight. You can catch me on a flight. I'm going somewhere.
Okay. And also
Yeah.
you're doing a lot of non-for-profit work too as well, which
Yes, a
keeps
lot.
you busy. All right.
Keeps me very busy, especially with the time zone differences. So sometimes
Yes.
I get my full 8 hours of sleep, and then some days it's like 6 to 7 because I had to stay up to make a call on the other side of the world.
Okay, I
So
can only imagine.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So tell us about the foundation. How did you get started with this foundation?
So I started Blueprint back in 2018. It was formerly known as Bennett Foundation, and I started it in 2018. Um, so the reason why I started it and my story behind it was because my aunt had got diagnosed with cancer during that time. And I felt as though her access to care and resources were very limited. I remember, and at that point, I was just trying to figure out how we can get her to care outside of Guyana, which I did happen to facilitate, and we were able to get her here, and she's well and alive today. But that gave me my motivation to want to start a nonprofit. I was like, how can I help? At the time, I was working at NYU Hospital, actually, Lenox Hill and NYU Hospital. I was working at, and I was like, how can I start? What can I do with the resources that I have here to be able to give back and do something different or add to what's going on in Guyana to help break these barriers that are there. So I implemented it. I registered. It was my mom, my brother, and a friend of mine, Dale, actually. I called and I was like, do you guys mind being one of, because you have to have like 3 directors to register.
Yes.
I was
Yes.
like, this is my plan and I want to go through, but I have to find some directors. Can you register with me? So we got on ground. They got to roll in, registered with me. We signed up the non-for-profit, and then we just started. I just literally just started reaching out to friends and families for donations. So our first year we were able to serve in Victoria. We did Victoria Clinic, and then we bought a few computers and took it back to St. Andrews. And that was without me doing a fundraiser. That was without me even listing this organization, because I'm now more active on social media. I was a little bit more behind the scenes with it. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm doing it, but I don't need to let everybody know that I'm doing it. Like that type of thing. And I'm like, okay, now I need to realize that in order for me to make impact, I have to share the story. I have to share the vision so that others can actually assist that want to assist.
That's
So I'm like, let's take this to another level. So then we applied for our 501(c)(3) application, which gives us the opportunity to be able to apply for grants in the United States.
okay.
And that was approved a year later. And then after that, we recently, this year, got our trademark for our name. So Blueprint is now trademarked by the United States. So no one else can use our name, which give
All right.
us a little bit more credibility with the
That's right.
audience and then also with the government. Like, this is here to stay and this is what we're about. So I started it literally because it was personal to me and my family, and I felt as though I had the access to resources that I can share with others. So that was literally my motivation of what made me start at Blueprint, was my aunt being diagnosed with cancer.
Awesome, because I was going to ask you in terms of the motto, which is medicate and educate. And even though as I was reading that, I was like, "Whoa, that rhymes really good." So,
Yeah. So
how
so
did you go?
actually our tagline is actually breaking medical and educational barriers. Like, that's our
That's right.
focus. Like I just
That's right.
said, and we added the social barrier to it. But yeah, the Medicaid and educate piece comes in because whenever we're home and we do medical mission trips, we bring medications home with us and we're able to offer those for free. So that's the medicated part for those that can't afford it. And then also the whole purpose of Blueprint is to let people know that no matter your ethnicity, your finances, or what demographic you're from, if whether you're in the rural area or in the city, that you deserve the same access to care and education. Like,
That's
there
right.
should not be a limitation. We shouldn't stop because, oh, they're all the way 10 hours away from the city. That means that they shouldn't have the right access to care or even the right access to the resources that we offer as far as on the computer literacy side, the digital literacy side. So I feel as though that's the main focus. At the end of the day, we believe in equality here at Blueprint, and we're just trying to change and break those barriers in those areas and let those people know, hey, we have not forgotten about you. Well, at least I haven't. Like,
That's right.
my main focus is to come home and touch those areas that no one normally doesn't think about or want to go to, to say that they're pulling off an event.
That's right. Great. And I'm happy that you mentioned that because it's always good to give back in some way or the other. And my other question, I think this actually leads into my other question, which is
Mhm.
growing up, right? Growing up with ties to Victoria Village in Guyana, how did your upbringing shape your passion for this kind of work that you're doing right now?
Interesting question. So, my dad,
Okay.
um,
All
I
right.
always get
Take it easy.
emotional.
Take your
I always
time.
get emotional. Okay, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Okay, so
No, that's okay. You don't have to be sorry for that. Come on.
my dad, growing up as a kid,
Yes. All right. Take a minute. Take a minute. Take a
let me take a
minute.
breather.
Take a minute. Take a minute. All right. Take a minute.
Okay, so growing up as a kid, my dad used to do every year he would grab the kids from what's the name of David Rose
Okay.
School,
Yes.
and for his birthday he will bring them over to his business at the time, and every year he'll host a Christmas party, and he would pick the kids up, bring them over, and buy all these gifts and feed them the free food and play the music. And I just, as a kid, remember right around his birthday, we're bound to see a busload of kids coming in and they're about to have a good time. Because David Rose, for some that don't know, it's actually the school that in Guyana where they have kids with disability attending.
Yes. Yes.
So my dad always used to go there and donate or give back or bring them over, whichever way you want to put it. So that was something that was embedded in me as a child. And I always just remember that in my head as I was growing up, like, this is something that I will want to duplicate and do again, like pretty much continue that legacy that my dad started, and to just follow in his footsteps when it comes to giving back and not remembering, like, no matter how much you have, like, there's always enough where you can share with someone else. Because even though when we think we have things bad, like, there's always someone that has it 10 times worse, right?
Yes.
So
Definitely. Mhm.
hence the reason me that's what started it. That's my childhood memory, was seeing my dad do this every year for his birthday religiously. And I was like, hey, once I became older, like before my aunt got diagnosed, like it was always something in the back burner. But then once my aunt got diagnosed with cancer, I was like, okay, I need to get this ball rolling and use my resources.
Okay. And
Yeah.
also you plan to honor your aunt during this event that is coming up?
Yes, I do. My aunt
Okay.
and also your brother.
Of course. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We can't make this a teary
Right?
teary interview,
I know, teary, teary, yeah.
there's so much that's going on, and you know what, it's it is so crazy, that we both would have lost someone that we loved, and
Mm-hmm.
so forth. And then we're actually having this conversation here. Andre told me about this before. I remember the race that he ran some time ago. I think it was last year. I can't remember if it was last year, the year before, and then there was this big thing in the village because he came in last or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
Yeah. Oh
interesting
no, he
stuff
was
to
running.
go to. Yes. So, oh my, this is so interesting. That he's not even here
Yeah.
to watch that.
To see
Also,
it
I remember
all.
when your aunt passed away as well, what that was
Well,
like for the family. Yes.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So since we got a little bit emotional, a little bit,
Emotional. I was like, I always get. I don't know why. I think it's just because it means a
yes,
lot to me. I always get emotional with it, and it's funny. I was talking to my mentor the other day about it, Andrea. She's probably on a live watching, and I'm like,
yes,
I don't know. Every time I have to give a speech about the foundation, I always get teary. I don't
yes,
know what comes out. Like my emotions just rush me, and I was like, I need to find a way to fix this. And she was like, well, how can you fix it if it's your passion? Like, that's just you being vulnerable and letting people know, like, this really means a lot to you. So
that's
I said, okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take your advice and just continue to be me. So I
that's
completely
right.
understand.
I mean,
That's
and
me
it's
all the
always
time.
and it's always good. I know counselor or psychologist, but it's always good to let whatever it is that you're going through to talk about it, let it out. It doesn't matter if you're on camera, off camera. I believe that it is part of the healing process, and this is the reason why Andre used to do a lot of non for profit work in Guyana. I think it's called non-governmental
Yeah,
organization.
NGOs. Yeah,
He was involved in so many of these, and even me as well. When before I left Guyana, I was involved in NGOs, working with youths, doing different things at the hospital and so forth, just to name a few. So I do understand that this kind of work do bring something special from the individual that is involved in it, and there's always a story behind it too as well. All right.
yeah, yes. Always a story. You're right about that.
Yes, yes. And since you've been doing this 5K event, what do you think that you can consider to be one of the biggest initiative that you have done so far?
So you've done so much. Overall, the biggest initiative for me is getting people to move in the village. Like
Okay.
actually seeing people come out and hearing the feedback after the event, like, oh my gosh, thank you for choosing this village, even though they might not remember me or know me, but know my family.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
for coming out here and
Yes.
choosing us to keep this event because no one comes here.
Yes.
Um, and it's the fact that they're waking up at 5, 6 in the morning. And it doesn't matter if it's people from Victoria, Golden Grove, and all the way down to Georgetown. I have people from the East Bank that would all come to Victoria just to come out and move. Um, Even though the event is free, there's a reason behind that because I feel as though things are already hard in Guyana. And if I can fund something where it can get people to move and they don't have to pay that extra cost to come out, why not? Um, so the biggest thing for me is being able to increase the and promote to people that movement is free. Walking is free, running is free. Just getting up in the morning and moving your body, that's a blessing and it's free. So
Yes.
that's the biggest initiative at all. Now, when we trickle down to the other things, it's being able to see the social barriers that are being broken. People coming out on a Sunday morning to the ground, all hyped and
Yes.
excited. Like we have like the preparation prior to running. So I'll have someone do like a warm up session and we have the DJ going with the music. And then once that's done, they're just like, okay, we're ready to go. They go, they
Yes.
do the run, they come back. Then everybody just unites. We play all these games like Limbo, Lime and Spoon, all the games you can remember in your childhood. And then, of course, we have the races for the athletes. So
Yes.
I think it's that belonging or that feeling of community that a lot of people forget that they need. I know we live in a world where everyone is promoting, oh, solo, independent, I don't need nobody type thing. And it's like, we all need somebody.
We
I
all
don't
do. We all
care if
do.
it's just
Yes.
one person. We all need somebody in our corner to like rock with us or to help us go through this world. There's a lot going on. And I feel like being able to bring people together as a community, like I'm realizing that's my little gift that I have
Yeah.
is being able to bring people together. Um, I feel as though that's breaking an initiative right there. That's breaking a barrier right there. Like being
That's
able
right.
to mentally help with the mental aspect of creating a social event that's free, that a community can come together, have a good time, and even create or no receive their wellness check. So that's another thing. Like they're able to get checked. One year we had a guy that came in after he did the run, and his actually had a stroke after because his blood pressure was so high, but he never knew that he dealt with blood pressure issues because Guyana has like a very high level of chronic illnesses that's going on right now as far as diabetes and hypertension. And we were able to test him and get him seen. His family came to pick him up, and then they continued care after. But it's the little things like that, like
Yes.
informing people about things that they don't know already on the day of the event. So it's not just about the run, there's also the wellness piece. Because I feel like in this life, you need both the health and the wealth, right? You
That's
need
right.
both in order
Yes.
to survive. So,
Yes. And today's also World Mental Health Day. So
yes, it is.
I can see why the wellness aspect of it is also important. And I feel maybe in a day like today in a modern Ghana, I feel people are um, should be seeing
Hmm.
a doctor and getting checkup on a regular and so
On a
forth.
regular.
So many hospitals that are open right now and so many other clinics that is there. So what you're doing also add to that in terms of what is needed and speaking to the wellness aspect of it. How would you tie that into mental health?
So I feel as though if you're physically well, that overall helps with your mental health stability or status. They all work hand in hand. The brain, we all know the brain is a special tool and it runs everything that goes in the body. So I feel as though if your body physically is not well, that actually takes a toll on your actual body. I mean, on your, oh yes, on your body. Like your
Yes.
brain, body, all ties in. And I feel as though like we need to promote it more that hey, like if you're well physically, mentally it ties in. Like I don't know, like for me, when I recently started running, and that was introduced to me when I was in Hawaii also by my mentor, and that's how I picked up 5Ks and 10Ks, half
Yes.
marathons and marathons. um I feel as though every time I got out and I moved, ran, it didn't matter what it was, I felt great after. The endorphins are going, the dopamine is going, and I didn't have to do anything extra besides get up and move. Um, and I felt as though that just placed me in a different lane or a different perspective of life of being able to move for free and just enjoying that my body can do this for me. Like it
Yes.
can still do this for me, you know? So I'm like, I feel as though like that's the one thing that I appreciate about it is
Oh,
that
yes.
it promotes towards the wellness is that when you move, that helps with the mental part. Once you're
Yes.
physically well, you'll be mentally well. Like it all ties in. We can't separate it. Normally, people try to separate the two. They're like, oh, I'm fine up here. But then down here is not good. So it's like, okay, you got to come back in. Both need to be
Yes.
well, you know?
Of
So
course.
that's my
Yes.
perspective on it.
Yes, and that's good. I watched a video yesterday on TikTok where this girl, I
Hmm.
think she got paralyzed like probably over a decade ago. She probably was like 15 or 16 at the time when she got paralyzed. And now with technology, she's able to walk with this robot that
Hmm.
they created. And I
Oh, I
believe
think I saw that.
Yes, I believe I saw
Yeah.
them testing it out in Korea or somewhere, either in Korea or China, somewhere down there, and so forth.
Hmm.
And the first time when she started to walk, she screamed and she was like yelling because it was like in terms of her own mental health and everything else because she had to go through a number of years not being able to walk and now she can actually walk with the help of the robot and so forth. My question is that how do you see technology playing a part in that area when it comes to your wellness and so forth?
So right now, the only piece, well, technology, we know we're living in a world of technology where everything is just going so fast. Like, I'm not gonna lie, living in Korea, I thought the US was advanced.
Hmm.
No,
You've seen
Korea's
a
like
lot of things, right?
a million years ahead of everything.
Yes,
Um, I feel as though technology has been able to enhance and save a lot in medical, with all of the inventions that are coming out, even for breast cancer or even cancer altogether. Like the life expectancy, I feel as though it has expanded because of what technology has been able to do in the healthcare.
yes.
Now, on the wellness piece, I feel as though now where everyone is driving everywhere, so they forget the simple things of just walking or running to a corner.
There you
And
go.
that's where we get hindered with on the wellness part of it, as far
Yes,
as movement, right?
that's right.
Movement.
Yes.
Now, but on the medical side, I feel as though it has done a lot and it's still doing a lot. And every day we're learning more and more about what's available to us. So for me, I would say that I feel as though technology has is changing the way that healthcare is going and in the structure that we're going.
Of course, yeah. And I can't beg to agree with you with that because so many things are being discovered and so many different type of innovation, especially in Guyana too as well with technology. And I feel in a modern Guyana that we're speaking of these days, oil is running things.
Yeah,
So
that part.
we're going to see technology playing a big role in terms of maintaining health records and all of these things and so forth. So when you go to the hospital, so that they can pull up your records and uh, not that much pieces of papers running around the place and so forth, but everything is now going to be documented and your information is going to be there. Yes.
Yes. So that's the one thing that I can't wait for Guyana to like fully
Yes.
take into is the electronic medical system, like medical record system. I feel as though that would save a lot of lives.
Oh,
Like
yes.
imagine going from one region to the other and the doctor in region 4 told you got diagnosed with this. And then you get to region 1 and they're like, well, what did the doctor say? You're, I don't know. I think he
Yes.
said
Yes.
I had, and then there goes that lost communication that's very critical in saving a patient's life.
Yes.
So I feel as though technology on that part with the medical records has is definitely a game changer. And I feel like once we implement it back home, it would save, it would eliminate so many medical errors
That's
and
right.
prevent so many mistakes
Yes. Yeah.
that could have been like literally because of a wrong diagnosis or a misdiagnosis, or I didn't know she was allergic to this, because maybe the
Yes.
patient couldn't speak at the time. There's so many things that the EMR system can definitely
Yes.
eliminate. Yeah.
Great. Hmm. All right, so let's talk about the 5K run because this interview is to talk about this event that's coming up, and you'll tell us
Okay.
about the event.
Like the
So
sun
for
is starting to beam in on me.
um, so when did you started this type of event in Guyana? In which year
So
did
I
you started?
2022.
2022. Okay,
Yes.
that was during the pandemic.
No,
Was it?
after. Yeah.
It was
Because
during the pandemic.
pandemic was 2020,
I
right?
think it started in 2020, and then everything probably died down in 2023
Two.
or
So no,
after.
let me correct myself.
Okay.
2023. Yes, because it was
Okay.
the last time we were home. Yeah.
Okay.
So I started it. And so we were already going home for our medical mission. First things first, we were already going home for our medical
Yes.
mission, medical educational mission. And at that time I had started getting into running.
Yes.
So I said to at the time I bounced the idea off my mentor and I was like, hey, do you think I can pull a 5K off in Guyana? And she was like, yeah. I was like, it'll be different because I've never seen anyone do a 5K in Victoria, right? I was like, but hey, we can try it. So
Yes.
I got the ground. I reached out, got the ground secured. We got the medals ordered. And the first year we didn't have as much. We had the medical piece, but it was
Yes.
still a good time. And that year we shared hampers. So I think I gave out like over about 150 plus hampers to the people in the village. So everyone came out. They didn't know the hampers were there until the end. So it was an interesting piece to see. That was like the surprise gift for those that
Yes.
attended.
Yes.
Um, and I remember a young lady saying to me at the time, she was like, hey, thanks for bringing this to the village. And I hope that you guys continue it because it's good to know that we have something to look forward to. And I'm like, okay, that's one feedback. And then I had a few more people that reached out to me, and I was like, okay, I got to keep this going. So I saw the effect that the event had on the village and on the people that were nearby. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to continue doing this. And each year, as I continue to promote it, it shall grow, which
Yes.
will help with me gaining more sponsors to be able to offer more free services to the community.
Yes.
So that's the reason why I started it. And that's the reason why I'm like, I need to continue and just keep going because I feel like in at least 5+ more years to go, it will grow to a bigger spectrum where I'll be able to bring the whole East Coast out.
Yes. Of course.
All the villages along
The
the East
entire the
Coast,
entire East Coast crew, and there's so many
right?
villages.
In
Yes.
so many villages. And then at this point, I have to look for a bigger venue. But that's the future goal. But that's literally the answer to your question on that.
Okay, all right, great. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna play this video, and then we'll talk about some of the activities. I know you did mention some of them earlier on. So the
Hmm.
event is going to take place on what date?
November 9th.
Okay, so
It's
it's
on
going
a
to be
Sunday,
yes.
November 9th.
All right, and everyone is going to be assembling at Victoria Village, or
They're going to assemble at Victoria. Yeah, Victoria Ground.
okay,
So we assemble there because we have to do our warm up. They'll sign up, sign in, receive their bibs for those that didn't do their bib and t-shirt pickup prior to the event.
all right, okay. So we're gonna play this video, and this video here, I pulled it off from your Facebook, so I believe it just give us an idea as to what this day looks like. Um,
Okay.
yes, I put it early on. So for those who missed it, if you're watching right now, also thank you guys for tuning in, for being part of this interview. Something that is very important. Our health is important these days. If you want to live a longer life of no pains and so forth, you have to take your health seriously. And I can hear Roxanne talking about walking and how that's important. I do a lot of walking here in Canada sometimes. And people ask, why are you walking? Why you don't drive? Why you do this? And stuff like that. I said, you know what? I need to walk because I'm getting at that stage in my life where I'm getting old. So my
Yes.
bones are not going to be
Hmm.
so I need to walk. So I want to encourage you, if you're listening right now, to be a part of this 5K. It seems as though from the past years, it looks fun and exciting, and also can test your ability to ensure that you have proper mobility within your body. So let's play this video so you can have an idea as to what this event looks like, and then we'll be right back to continue our
Thank
interview.
you.
Wow, 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 wow. You never thought you can pull it off in Guyana. I must say, people in Guyana love to support. They love these kind of activities. So I can tell you from my experience working in NGOs and doing different activities, you just say something that's going to be happening, and they are going to be there. I don't think we've changed when it comes to that. Now,
No, we have.
now, after seeing this video here, is there anything different that we can look forward to this year?
Yes. As far as so one addition this year is that we're actually going to be giving out the t-shirts
Okay.
either at the beginning of the race or the ending of the race, so like a finisher's t-shirt or the day that they pick up their bib, that we're actually going to give out the t-shirts. So that's another thing that's being added. More, what was the other word? I'm sorry. I had a brain freeze just looking at
Sorry.
the video. So more activities, more attendees, like we have more visitors that are coming in. And then as far as on the wellness part, we have a few more pieces that we would like to add. I'm just finalizing that logistic piece of it currently with my partner. And then I guess more vibes, not I guess. I know it's going to be more vibes as far as a good time.
Yes.
So that's the only other thing I can say
Yes.
that's added again this year.
Great. So tell us about the poster, the information that's here. Give us a rundown.
So registration is open and registration is very key. So we have 200 medals and 200 t-shirts that we're working with this year. So the first 200 that's in, you're guaranteed your finisher's medal and a t-shirt, and your bib, of course. Now, anyone after that, you're still welcome to come out, but you're not guaranteed a finisher's t-shirt or a bib. So and your medal. So I'm just saying, go right ahead and sign up as soon as you can. It's on our website. You either can type in www.blueprintfoundationinc.com, and the registration is on there. We start to round, or you're able to sign up starting at 5:30, and the race kicks off at 6. Another thing that we did add this year are more prizes. So we have more prizes available for the community and for the attendees, from trophies to cash prizes and more. So that's something else to stay tuned for. And then after that, we come in, you're able to get your refreshments, your beverages, and your food. That'll all be set up and ready to go, no charge. And after that's done, we'll kick off our track events with the teams that we have visiting. So we have about 4 teams that should be coming to do the track events, and that's another great piece that's added to it. And there's also a yoga piece that we add to it also. Now, as far
Okay.
as the community outreach, our tents will be set up and ready to go. That'll be set up and ready to go from the start of the race. So that'll be available throughout the entire event. And we'll have a live DJ to play the music and keep it going and have a good vibe. And that's the full rundown of what you plan on seeing that day. Also, we'll have school supplies for the kids. So I have a ton of supplies to cater for at least 200 plus kids this year that we're taking home. So the book bags will be ready to go, packed, and we'll be giving those away. First come, first service, of course. And some other free clothing, shoes that were donated, all brand new, that we'll have available for those in need. And that's about it. That's all I can think about. Anything else will be a surprise. You got to leave a surprise somewhere.
That's fine. And
Yeah.
I probably might be in Guyana too. Not too sure.
Yeah, you should. You're right there. Like your flight is right there.
Not too
Korea, I'm
sure.
looking at like at least 18 hours to get to Guyana because my flight from Korea
Yes.
to New York is 13 hours, 13 to 14 hours. And then from New York to Guyana, that's another 5 hours and something. So yeah,
Yes.
I got the longest flight. You should be there.
Okay. All right. Let's see about that. Maybe we need some sponsors.
Yes.
All right. So, in terms of volunteers, let's say if anyone is listening and they want to participate, they want to help out throughout the day, in terms of the activities, managing the tent and so forth. How can people get involved, if they would like to volunteer?
So on the same website, we have our volunteer registration that's also open. So that's we can take up to a certain amount of volunteers also. So we're accepting volunteers right now at the moment, right? Whether it's at the cheer station or the water station, we always need as many hands as we can get to help this event go off smoothly as possible. So registration for volunteers are open. And no matter if you have medical, non-medical, it doesn't matter your background experience, as long as you have some hands and you're good to go with movement, then yeah, in good vibes, we'll welcome you. So the registration is open on the website for volunteers.
All right. And the website is, can you just repeat the website?
It's www.blueprintfoundationinc.com.
All right. So there we go. I did get it correctly. Just want to make sure. So, did I get it correct?
Yes.
I think I did.
Yes, you did. Yep.
And how can they get in touch with you?
So anyone that needs to get in touch with me, you can fill out the contact form that's on the website also. Or I know they're watching my live, so they probably see the Facebook link. You can send me a message there.
Yes.
Or you can send me a message on our Blueprint Foundation page that's currently on Facebook, on Instagram, and the website. So if you reach any three of those platforms and you reach a contact us or send a message, I'll get it because I'm consistently checking it.
All right. And I wanted to ask you this question earlier. What about funding for this kind of activities? Let's say if somebody wants to um, offer some
Donate.
kind of donation or whatever the case may be. It might be coming from Canada, it might be coming from
Mhm.
United States in whatever way, money, some
Yes.
stuff.
So,
They do so.
monetary donations, our website is literally our platform that has a layout of everything. So, the monetary donations, as soon as you get on our main page, you'll see the donate button. They're able to donate there, and we accept any form of payment as far as what type of card it is, from Visa to MasterCard. Um, and then as far as Cash App, we have that also. You just send us a message, we can share that with you. Any supplies, you'll just have to send us a message letting us know what type of supplies you would want to donate. Our office is based out of New York, and we can make arrangements for you to get that mailing address to mail it to our office in New York.
All right, good, great. So,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Don't feel afraid to donate. I know it's tough times for a lot of people and so forth, but anything that you can donate towards this event in Guyana,
Adds up.
and even if you're from Linden, wherever you are, obviously you have to make it to Victoria so you can be a part of the 5K.
Yeah.
We have not, I'm sure you haven't gone to a point where you can bring people from all different places.
Well, no, I
Oh,
haven't gone
okay.
to
Tell us about that
myself.
then.
But
Okay.
last year, we had a
Okay.
few runners that came. Some came from Linden too. I forgot his
Okay.
name, but he came with another friend of his that was participating. They all decided. And actually, one of the volunteers, her name is Kanisha. She came from Linden. I had some Linden folks that come out and support. We did go to Linden Hospital too.
Awesome.
On in 2023, we went to Linden Hospital. And then also one of the young ladies on the live, Kendi, she comes out and she supports Linden. Like, I have good amount of people that come from all over that support. So at this point, I'm like, it's not a limitation as into where you're coming from. But no, we don't have any transportation or any buses that can pick you up and bring you to Victoria yet. That's one of our goals in the future. Hopefully we can get that sponsorship going.
All right. Thank you. So,
Yeah.
the
You're
5K
welcome.
event is happening on November
9th.
9th. Okay.
On a Sunday, and then the medical piece of it will be on November on the Monday. So it's the second, 3rd, and I think the 5th. Hold on one second. Don't quote me.
Okay. So we probably need to let them know about that too as well. Where
Yes.
yes.
So it
Why
would
don't you
be
tell us about that?
on the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. So right now, the three clinics that we have lined up is Buxton Clinic, Lenora, and also Oscar Joseph, which is either in Region 2 or Region 3. I can't remember where that location is as far as the hospital. So on those days, for our clinical days, we'll be going out to those areas and offering free medical services. And also, we recently added CPR/BLS refresher courses. So that's another big initiative that we started in 2023, and it has gotten a lot of positive feedback from the medical personnel, because they're like, the pricing of doing a refreshers courses in Guyana, I think, is about $80 plus US,
Yes.
which is pricey
Of
given
course.
their income. So the plan is, 2023, we brought in some people that were BLS certified from the American Red Cross and the American Heart Association. And we had our mannequins. They received the educational portion of it before we got to Guyana to be able to do the practical portion of it. And the nurses were so receiving to everything that came. It was a good group. We did it at Linden Hospital and we did it at Kwakwani Clinic. And I remember at Kwakwani Clinic, one of the nurses saying to Andrea, like, I wish I had this a few months ago. I could have saved my brother's life. So the thing about the CPR is, what I'm hearing back home from all my friends that are nurses, some in Georgetown Hospital and some outside of it, is that they're responsible for renewing their license.
Yes.
So if they don't keep up with it, then it's not really like a mandate requirement, like how here in the States, our jobs will pay for us to get our CPR license renewed. It's different back home. So a lot of people were very receiving, like they haven't done it in so long. And
Yes.
we are so happy we were able to do that. And also, when we went to go visit the schools, we had the kids learn about what CPR is. Some of them have never seen a mannequin in their life and was not aware of what it is. So it's just raising this awareness. And we had a really, really good positive feedback. So we're looking to do that again this year. And we have an additional piece where we're trying to add their certification at the end, where they'll get their license card and it'll be good for 2 years. So that's another good additional piece. So that way, at least they don't have to worry about being certified for another 2 years,
Good.
and they can save some money. So
I'm glad that you mentioned that, and I want to
Mhm.
ask you a follow-up question in respect to that. So, but before we get into that, so you're going to be at Buxton Clinic, Leonora,
Mhm.
and what's the other one?
So Buxton Clinic, Lenora, and
Yes.
Oscar Joseph.
Okay, and
Yeah.
also on that same day, in terms of the CPR,
Mhm.
um, anybody can do it and get certified, or just nurses or
So
persons in the medical field.
a- anyone in the medical field, because they have to have the prior,
Okay,
at least the license, their first initial license. They had to have went through the course, and then now you're just doing the refresher,
okay,
which is like to maintain your license.
great, great.
Yeah.
So those who are listening, ensure that you spread this message. Oh my gosh, I hope you don't get too much.
It's fine. Listen, the more merrier.
Ensure you spread the message that if you know of anyone that is in the medical field, a nurse or maybe medical attendants too. I'm not sure.
Yes, medical attendants. We had a few
Okay.
medical attendants that came out too. Yep.
Okay. So those individuals, if they need to renew their CPR, which is also important because only today I was talking about that with someone, and I plan to actually get the course done as well.
Oh, you
Um,
should. Yes.
our first aid. So
Mm-hmm.
I plan to get that done so that I can, help in any way possible if anyone, require that kind of help
Yeah.
necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So I plan to do that. And guess what? After we spoke about that and we had the conversation, I said, you know what? Maybe I should something I should add to my belt.
You should. You never know. I promise you. I feel like it's a tool that everybody
Yes.
should have. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And the one good thing is that it's offered to them for free, right?
Yes.
So
That's the key
you
part.
don't have to pay for it. It is offered to you for free. So um probably I'm not sure if you have a poster or anything.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna put
do.
that
So I'll
out
share
so
it with
you
you.
can take
Mm-hmm.
advantage of that. and not allow that time to just, go just like that, right?
Yes,
Uh,
I'll share it with you so that you can share it.
yes, it's free. Guys,
Yeah.
it's free. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor.
Spread the word.
But the word, if they need to renew it, I remember they have to have a medical background working in the field in order for them to access this. Is there a specific time throughout the day, or they just turn up?
So they just turn up. So the day normally when we get to the clinics, we're there between 7 to at least between 7 8 a.m. because we try to start the days early,
Okay.
and then we'll plan it within that day of where we'll go to what room normally the facility would allow us to use, and that's where we'll instruct, and they'll do their instructing while we do the medical piece on the other side.
Okay. And can we have the dates again?
So it would be November 3rd, November 4th, and November 5th.
Okay. So November 3rd, November 4th, and November 5th.
November 5th. Yeah.
That they can keep checking this page. They can also get the information on your website
Um,
too as well.
correct.
And
Yes.
once we get that poster, I will post it so that persons can take advantage of that. All right.
Yes. Thank you.
As Guyanese, we like free things,
Listen, there's a lot of work going behind that because in order for us to get it free, we had to, and that's another piece how it
Yes.
ties in. All the donations that I received, I had to help pay for the license for them to be able to get it free. So that's why fundraising, and it doesn't matter if you donate $1, $2, $3, it all goes towards that initiative. And the last fundraiser we had in Washington, D.C., we had a few people sponsor some CPR trainings. So that definitely helped with tying into the costs, eliminating the costs where they won't have to pay for it.
All right. And there was a
Yeah.
picture here that I wanted to share to get your feedback. I'm not sure what was going on here. That's not the one. So let me just bring up the right one. So I probably have to remove that. And then let's bring up this one. So can you tell us what was going on here?
So we had just finished at Kwakwani, that's Kwakwani
Okay.
High School. And there goes Dr. Thomas, it was myself and Miss Andrea Petrovani Green, retired Navy captain. And she's also an ambulatory nurse and my mentor. Hence the reason we were there, we were taking a picture, and we had just finished teaching the kids how to do CPR. Of course, they didn't get what's the word, the certification, because they're just learning, but at least we were able to raise the awareness with them. And I still have a few of them that follow our Facebooks and messengers and still message me to this day like, when are you coming back to Kukwani, because we want to do this all over again. We had a few that did seek that they wanted to get into the medical field, so they were able to have like a little career session with the medical people that were there. But that's what that picture were. We just finished with Kukwani, and we were doing a CPR class with them, and we actually donated a mannequin to Kukwani Clinic so that way they can continue doing refresher courses. We had one nurse that we had left in charge to be able to take care of that, so we'll be following up with them also to see, hey, where is it, how are you guys doing, and take it from there.
All right. And also, if any nurse, let's say a nurse in Victoria Village, we want to give Victoria
Mm-hmm.
Village preference.
Yes, of course.
So let's say if a nurse in Victoria Village get this training
Mm-hmm.
and so forth, do you think that they're going to be capable enough to do other trainings where other nurses from different villages, different location in Guyana, where they can be certified, or is it that it has to be done through your foundation?
So there's other places, as far as like if there's other places on ground in
Not
Guyana where
not in Guyana, but based
mm-hmm.
on your training after when you guys finish, they're certified.
Mm-hmm.
Can they go and do other trainings, or yes?
Other trainings as far as I'm trying to get
Yes, in
the
respect to
question.
CPR. So let's say,
Okay.
for example, you guys train them. Obviously, now they have the skill.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So can they go and train others where they can be certified?
Oh, like as far as like an instructor.
That's
So
right.
that's a
Sorry. Yeah.
whole separate course actually. So
Okay.
the
Good.
BLS, there's
Okay.
there's like an actual instructor course. Even though you get your card, that's
There you
just
go.
your card for you, like being certified. But in order to teach others, of course they have the knowledge. But I do know that Red Cross and American
Yes.
Heart Association, they
Yes.
both have instructor courses, and there's an exam that you have to take in order to get that instructor license. So on that license, once you become an instructor, it says like instructor, and you're given that you're certified to be able to teach others. So there's actually a training for that.
All right, good. So
Yeah.
would there be instructor courses or
We haven't came up
okay,
with
good.
that one yet, but
All
that's a
right.
great idea. And
Okay, so in the future.
I know Andrea is watching this live, so
Yes.
we'll talk about it after.
All right,
Because
good. Perfect.
she's head spearheading the whole BLS training. So I'm like, we haven't thought about the instructor course
Yes.
yet. Yeah.
Yes. Because basically, my other question would have been, and we're trying to wrap up the interview now, is that
Mm-hmm.
looking ahead, right? Where do
Mm-hmm.
you see the Blueprint Foundation, like this organization, where do you see this organization going in Guyana and probably throughout the Caribbean?
Yes. So that's the plan. Um, I see, because every year we're adding something new. Every year we're
Yes.
growing. Every year someone is learning about us, and we're being able to expand and expand and be able to offer more services. So at least in the next 5 years, I'll give myself a 5-year goal.
That's right.
I
Yes.
see our program being able to, because us offering the free BLS/CPR course is so important and critical to us that we want to continue to see ways how we can expand and grow and reach other areas, and maybe in the future medical mission trips that would be one thing. Like there'll just be one group just focusing, and that's all they're doing is CPR training and possibly doing instructor courses. So that's one thing I see myself doing in the future. The other thing, as far as the organization, is on the digital literacy piece. So we didn't really touch on that a lot. So we're working on donating computers and laptops to schools that don't have them. So in the future, we plan on being able to donate to multiple schools throughout the year and being able to offer these digital literacy programs where it can increase people's awareness of what they're able to do with this knowledge. So something as simple as being able to offer like a software program, or just the kids having access to the computers where they're able to execute their work in these areas. That's something that I see us doing. So being able to receive funding to be able to make that grow even more will be another thing. And I just see us going on the international spectrum of it. Like right now that I'm in Korea,
Yes.
I just see us going to different countries also and collaborating with other organizations and taking it to another scale. Um, One good thing is the Department of Navy actually is helping with our mission trip this year. The chaps, let me correct myself, the chaps from the Department of Navy, the chaplain, he's assisting with us right now with getting supplies to bring home for our next medical mission trip. So I am excited to like just collaborate with these other organizations like the U.S. Embassy, which I just recently had an interview with Ambassador Hines, and just allowing these people to know what we're about and where we can grow and go from there to be able to touch lives in these different areas. So I want us to be known as the organization that you can come to, whether it's like on the educational part, like we can help the kids further their education. On the medical piece, you reach out and we can connect you or even offer the service if we happen to be home. And then on the scholarship side, to help further the kids' education with the scholarship funds. And
That's
that's
right.
about it. That's where I
That's
see it. I see it just going on a different magnitude and just continue to grow in a great spirit with all positivity, and just inspiring people to just want to come out and receive the services and know that we're here and we care and this is all that we do.
that's right. Awesome. Good stuff. So this interview is basically to talk about our about the 2025 East Coast 5K and Fun Day. So if you just tuning in for the first time, this is an event that is going to be happening through the Blueprint Foundation Inc. And this event is happening on November 9th, and it's going to be at Victoria. By the way, we didn't talk about in terms of the 5K. So
Hmm.
where the 5K is going to take place, from where to where?
So logistically, last year it was from Victoria Ground to Golden Grove Market, and then they'll do a turnaround.
Okay.
But we had to actually, they extended out a little bit past Golden Grove last year because the 5K, the amount of miles didn't add up at Golden Grove. So there's
Okay.
I think it's the other village that's right after Golden Grove that we have to extend
Aslington.
out to.
Aslington.
I think so, but don't quote me. But before we get once I get off this call, there'll be a map going out soon to show the route, because we always
Okay.
post the map showing, hey, this is the route and this is where we'll be running.
Okay. All right. Good.
But it will equate to a 5K. But yes, we will go past. We normally would stop at Golden Grove Market, but we're going past a little bit, just a little bit past Golden Grove Market, so that it could equate to the amount of miles that's required for a 5K.
That's right. All right.
Yeah.
So we're about to wrap up this interview. And what's your message to the younger generation of Guyanese women who dream of creating change but don't know where to start? I'll bring you on the screen for that. Full
I'm
screen.
like, now you now you got me dropped. Yeah, you got me thinking. It's so much I can share. But my biggest message is, you, as a young leader, whether you're male or female, whatever change that you're trying to implement as far as on a positive spectrum, you have to believe it in order for it to grow. It doesn't matter what it is. If you believe in it, if this is your passion, and your passion would always win, as far as if you're trying to execute something, if you believe that it's going to execute and be 100% good,
Yes.
then others will get on board with you to help you execute that goal.
I agree.
So I would say, don't stop, don't quit. Even though you might start something, you're like, this year I only had 20 people that came out. It doesn't matter. 20 is more than 0. And just continue. Consistency always allows you to grow on a bigger and better scale. So stay consistent and believe in your dream or what you're striving for. Don't quit, no matter how much or what's going on the outside. Just tunnel it out. Believe in your passion. And if you're a believer of God, firm believer of God, like I am, I feel as though he will always make what's needed to get done. As far as, like, if it's meant to happen, it's going to happen at his timing. Like, everything is on God's time.
That's
so
right.
I'm a firm believer on that. And what's meant for you will find you. Like, it doesn't, I'm in Korea, and things that are meant for me that are in the US and in Guyana are finding me. So
Yes.
I'm
At
just,
different
my biggest
timings
thing,
of the day.
yes, different time zone and everything else to go with it, and I'm still receiving
Yeah.
my blessings. So don't add to being the negative Nancy's that are going around in the world. I feel as though, like, you should be more on a positive side, because we need more of that. We need more positive things to go viral
Yes.
and start helping to make the world be a better place. But that's my main message. Like, if you believe it, once you believe it 100%,
Yes.
others will join you. They will join in. They will support the cause, as long as they can see the work being executed. And just be a good person.
That's
Doesn't
right.
hurt to be a good person.
Yes. And also, I'm glad that you mentioned that. Also, in the name of wellness, we have seen a spike in Guyana, and in the name of wellness, probably something that you can think about for the Blueprint Foundation. We've seen a spike in domestic violence against women, and not only to single out women only, but
Yeah.
we can say in general. But we've seen a spike against women. Is there anything that you think that your foundation can offer in the near future, probably in the next 5 years, a program that is basically geared towards that? Because I do see your CPR training and the medical aspect of it being a success. And I feel since you're in that little space, you can tie in something that can serve to a need in Guyana, something that's needed right now.
So, I do see us adding that as another entity towards our organization, because as you said, I am aware, I am following the news of everything that's going on with domestic violence back home. Um, it's funny because in 2023, when we had that medical mission, we did have someone from the mental health. She was a mental health specialist, psychology, and she came in and she was able to offer her mental health services to the patients that were there. And when we did go to Kukwani, we went to Linden, she had seen a good amount of patients
Yes.
that she had literally like little mini counseling sessions with during that time, and then sharing the resources with them. So it's something of importance, and it is something that's on Blueprint radar that we would want to support and to help make better where it decreases. And it's not something that's popping up on my timeline every day, but we haven't looked into how we can fully execute it besides helping to raise the awareness. So
That's
is it something that we see ourselves doing in the future? Yes. I just don't have a timeline on how soon we can get it done.
okay. I'm sorry to be added to your plate,
No,
but
it's okay.
this weekend, this weekend is Thanksgiving in Canada. I think is one of the boring thing ever
Weekend? Oh
that
my
can happen
gosh.
to us. So
Okay.
I'm just thinking about adding more stuff to the plate.
To the plate. Okay.
All right, all right. So I want to thank you for giving this interview here, for being a part of it. Also want
Thank
to thank our
you.
listeners as well. I do have a final question, and then after my final question, I'm going to ask you to just give a quick wrap up or a synopsis of what is going to
Hmm.
happen on November 9th.
Okay.
In terms of the other activities, just to get your thoughts together. So my
Okay.
final question is, if you could describe your mission in one sentence, what would it be?
If I can, I'm like, wait, okay. Now we're going to take this on two. I need two sentences.
Okay.
Okay. So the first sentence, if I can describe my mission in one sentence, what would it be? I'll give words. So connection, bringing people together for a good cause, change, whether it's big or small. The fact that I came there and something was done on that day, I've made change in lives that I've heard the after stories about. So I'll say change is one thing. And then gratitude, because not gratitude just on big gratitude from me, because I'm grateful that I'm able to execute and
Yes.
plan missions, and God has given me the vision to be able to do this. Gratitude on the people that actually believe in me to come out and support, give back, participate. The fact that they don't know me and they're like, we're going to come out and we're going to support. I have a tremendous amount of gratitude for that.
Okay.
So those are the three words that I would say that can describe that, as far as like our mission and what we're about. And it's crazy because when we come together now speaking on the team side of things, when we come together as a team, we work so well together. Like, I have to shout out Adrian, my mom, my dad, my brother, all my family actually. And then of course, Andrea, Christina, Ty, um, my cousins, just everyone that come together. And I may forget some people that I'm not mentioning right now. And then all the donors, everyone that come together as a team, whether you're on ground or off ground or just virtually supporting me, that truly means a lot. And that's something that I would use to describe our nonprofit too, is that we're able to come together as a team and execute everything that's needed. So every volunteer that I've brought together in Guyana, when I do come home, from Nedry to Kanisha to Candy to my cousins to Shamika, a whole lot of names to mention. Once I say I'm home, they're coming and they're supporting, and I love the fact that we can all get together and just be in one unity and be able to give back and support. So that cohesiveness is there. Like I could say Blueprint, like we're cohesive, like we stick together and we depend on each other, but in a good way, and where we're able to execute and conquer whatever it is that we have planned for the community. So I'm grateful for a great team, a great community with all positive vibes. Like I really and truly am.
Awesome. Awesome. And we just want to maintain positive vibes in everything that we're doing these days.
Yes.
So many crazy things are happening around the world, and I like the fact that you're promoting positive vibes with a blueprint.
Yes. All day long. All day
Positive vibes
long.
with a blueprint. And it's so funny because if you notice the banner here that I have on screen is blue. I
Uh-huh.
don't think I planned this actually. And now I'm seeing blueprint, and I'm like, wow, blue is in my face. Blue is also my favorite color too as well. One of
Oh,
my
it
favorite
is.
colors. Yes.
I was gonna say, even though our theme is yellow, it's bright yellow,
Yes.
yellow, green, with a
Right.
bit of
Yellow.
red and black. Yeah, but it's out there.
All right. So
Yeah,
I want to say
sunshine
thank
ray.
you so much. Thank you so much once again. So I'm going to give you a chance to do a little call to action. You always end with a call to action, and
Yes.
also let the listeners know what's going to be happening on November 9th, and also with the other medical activity that you will be doing. Just go ahead.
Okay. So if you're watching this or you're just joining, please join me in Guyana as we come out for our annual East Coast 2025 annual East Coast 5K. All villages allowing you to come out. All villages around Guyana, whether you're on the East Coast or any other neighboring villages, just come out, support. It's a free event. We're promoting wellness and fitness. It's all free. Sign up at our website. That is very important. We only have enough supplies for about 200 people as far as a finisher medal and a t-shirt. So fill out your application, sign up so you can come out and receive all the services that we have to offer. Um, and just come and join us and be a part of something great. On the medical aspect, if you're in Buxton or if you're in Victoria or any of the East Coast villages, we'll be on the East Coast on November 3rd. So it's on a Monday. And then you just come on out and be able to be a part of something great, receive your services, get seen, get looked at, and receive whatever services we have available. It will be in Victoria Village. I mean, in Buxton Village, correction. And then after that, we'll be going over to Lenora and then Oscar Joseph. So those are the three communities we're serving. So if you happen to be in the West End area, we'll be there. If you happen to be in Essequibo, we'll be there. And the dates will be up on the website. If you haven't signed up for our newsletter, sign up for our newsletter on our website, www.blueprintfoundationinc.com. We'll be rolling out all of the information for the upcoming events, and follow our social media platforms if you can. Blueprint Foundation Inc. on Facebook, Blueprint Foundation Inc. on Instagram, and just come on out and be a part of something great. That's free and it's offered to the community, and we're here all, like I said, all for good vibes, good culture. Just come on out, move, get fit, and be a part of something that will make you better in the long run as far as promoting wellness.
All right, that was a mouthful. Thank you so much, Roxanne. Um,
You're welcome.
it was a pleasure connecting with you. Even though we're talking about the activity, it's a pleasure connecting. It's been all these years. Wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
Decades.
Dickhead, oh my god, it's just crazy because I kept looking at the picture and I couldn't really connect the dots. I was trying to connect the dots, and then today when you came on camera, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this individual, always well dressed.
Thanks to my mom.
Yes, and your other cousin as well, because the two of you
Yes.
used to always
Yeah,
move
the two of us, me and
together.
Brian, were always
Yes,
together. Like,
yes, as
yeah.
twins. Yes. All right. Okay, so
All
yes, the
right.
5K run is happening November 9th, like Roxanne mentioned. So You don't have to get any tickets. You just have to register if you want to be a part of it. You can do
Mm-hmm.
so on the website, which is on screen right now. It's the blueprintfoundationinc.com. Also, if you want to make any contribution on the website, the information is there too as well. If you have any questions, any concern, you can always reach out to Roxanne on our Facebook. I believe for those who are watching, you probably can see it. It's also shared on my Facebook as well. It's on Donston Wilson Facebook, and also it's on NG24, which is the news page. So the information is there too as well. So if you miss anything, this live obviously will be on. It will be online, and you guys can go back and watch it if you just tune in. Okay, and remember, even though you haven't shared the live now, you can still do so after when it's ended and it's up and running on the social media platforms. So with my guests. We are both Victorians, proud Victorians. And for some reason, I don't know, Victoria people are always doing something.
Yeah, we are.
We're like pot salt, right?
Yes,
We always taking the lead. We have so many different professionals coming out of Victoria Village. And yeah,
yes,
and we are proud of that. And we're proud of the work that we're doing as well to help in whatever way that we can. So I appreciate what this foundation is doing, your foundation. I really appreciate it. And I can see it obviously, going in a whole different direction, continue with the work in the next 5 years in the modern Guyana, because there's so many things that are happening. Guyana is
yeah.
constantly growing now, which is like we're part of so many things that are happening in North America and other places, and also
Mm-hmm.
more people have to be educated in a way that they can take care of their health and in terms of their everyday life and so forth. So I want to thank you for doing that. And yeah, so we're going to wrap up. I'm not sure if you want to give any
I
shout
was
out.
gonna say, yeah, I was gonna say thank you for having me. Thank you for
Yes.
having me on this interview. I appreciate it. I really and truly do. This connection and us coming together to do this interview and raising awareness about the event. So, any shout outs, I'll just say to each and every supporter, and you know yourself, because if I was to shout out, we'll be on this live all day long.
Yes.
Um, I appreciate you. Please do not think that any of your support is going unnoticed. You believing in my vision and in the story of Blueprint, I'm truly and truly in full gratitude for that. My heart is full, and let's just continue to make change around the world with Blueprint. That's my only thing.
All right. Thank you so much. So we're going to say goodbye. Now it's time to say goodbye. All right, guys. We'll see you again. We probably might do another interview before the event. Uh,
Yes, that'll be
just to
great.
give like an update and let individuals know what's happening and so forth. And probably say, hey, I am in Guyana.
That's exactly what I'm planning.
So we're gonna come back again, and we're gonna have this conversation again, just to keep people informed and also to give them a reminder. So mark this date, November 9th. This event is happening, and also on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's
Mhm.
when you're gonna have the medical outreach. And if you
Yes.
can name the three location again, very quickly.
I mean Buxton Clinic, Lenora, and also Oscar Joseph. Those are the
Um,
three clinics. And then I'm sorry, I didn't forget. I forgot to add this piece on the Friday. We'll be going to the schools. So Victoria Primary, Annandale, and also Golden Grove. Those three: Golden Grove, Victoria, and Annandale. We'll be there on Friday for the schools.
okay, and the
Yeah.
activity is going to be for the same medical outreach as well in the
No,
school.
it'll just be no. So we'll just be going to visit the schools to do the educational portion of our
Okay.
organization plan.
All right. So we will be back. There's so much more to talk about.
Yes. All right.
We'll be back. And thank you so much. I know it's pretty early right now where you're at in
Yeah.
Korea. And
Yeah.
it's now going to what, 9 o'clock here. So now it's party time.
All right. Have fun.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of this live. As usual, News Guy 24 is always here to keep you informed. And also, this is what we are about. If you're not following us as yet, we are on YouTube. I need you to follow us. Follow me on YouTube, which is News Guyana 24. All you have to do is just search News Guyana 24. So if you want to watch this back again on your big screen on your TV, if you do have a smart TV and you want to watch it on YouTube, you can do so. So just search News Guyana 24 and don't forget to follow, subscribe. And
Mhm.
also, we are on News Guyana 24 page. We have that as well. So you can search NG24. And obviously, if you're on my Facebook, which is Donston Wilson, I think I'm 5,000 friends. So in order to connect, it's best you just follow. If
Yeah.
we can be friends on Facebook. All right.
Yes.
Roxanne, thank you so much for sticking around.
You're welcome.
All right. We will wrap up right now. Thank you so
All right.
much. And ladies and
You're
gentlemen,
welcome.
thank you for tuning in and for being part of this. Thank you so much.